All right, we are live here, tracking some severe storms here in Michigan. We got a couple of things to discuss. Number one being the severe warning just popped up for Allegan County. Gonna pop out the chat here. Make sure you guys can hear me okay. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for Allegan County. It's gonna be for Allegan proper, all the way up toward about the Wayland and Door area here in this orange box. The storm is moving pretty slow. Go ahead and track this back just a bit. We see it's getting intensity here as it latches on, looks like to its own outflow boundary, perhaps. But overall, your threat with the storm is going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds. We're going to see right about, yeah, you can see it actually quite well here on radar with the heavier winds here between Pine Grove and Allegan moving up into the Allegan proper area. So that's going to be something to track here over the next couple of minutes. This warning's in effect for about a half hour or so. It expires at 4:45 Eastern. So we got about 36 or so minutes until this warning expires for Allegan County. Be tracking this pretty closely here. So number one concern with this is your damaging wind threat as that moves towards you in Allegan. So if you're in Allegan or anywhere within this warning here, from Allegan to Hopkins, over to Otsego, to Martin, Shelbyville, Bradley, Hopkinsburg, Hopkins, and then Millgrove. You guys need to be inside and away from windows. Radar's indicating these winds are likely going to be right around the severe limits here, right around 50 miles an hour showing up here. And that's showing up roughly, get my other radar popped in here. That's going to be showing up roughly around 2,000 feet off the ground. So it's not too far up there. So regardless, this is going to be a strong storm, whether it's severe or not. It's likely producing gusty winds here close to, if not over, severe limits. We are tracking some power outages with this as well throughout Van Buren County into Allegan County. So not seeing too much now showing up, but radar indicates that this could very well be about to produce some damaging winds here. Also concerned as well, perhaps for some hail. Let's go ahead and track this over to our hail product there. There's your hail tracker as that moves also toward the Allegan area. So Allegan proper is in line for this storm, pretty much direct impact for it in about 5 or 10 minutes or less. So the warning says 60-mile-per-hour winds and nickel size hail, but this hail definitely could be above nickel size at this point, closer to a quarter. So I would go ahead and treat it as such, treat it as a wind and hail threat. Not seeing anything rotating with this storm at all, so no concern for anything tornadic with this. But severe storms that do produce damaging winds can be as damaging as a brief, weak tornado. So it's important to take every severe warning, especially for wind, seriously, because that can and does cause damage. Across the other portions of the state, got a couple of storms to the south here in Van Buren, as well as Cass County. These are strong storms, but not severe at this point. All across the state here, we have some pop-ups out here in Clinton County. Nothing is severe here. Up by the Tri-Cities, some pop-ups there. We've been talking about this for about 2-3 days now. Pop-up storms are possible across the state today. Can't really say when and where because they're sporadic and isolated in nature. But we've been saying this for 2 days that, severe weather is definitely going to be a possibility today if things can align correctly, and they definitely are. So this is why we're getting that warning in effect here. So we'll go ahead and track this here. Allegan County is the only warning in the state. A couple of other stronger storms, but nothing as concerning as what's happening right now in Allegan County. We have Drew and Ben out chasing with us. Going to be popping in here. Should be pretty soon. But overall, this is going to be a radar coverage stream here. Hopefully, we have some chasers hopping on these storms soon, which we will likely have Drew popping in here, like I said, momentarily. He's getting in position, leaving from the Grand Rapids Metro. Ben is in the Kalamazoo area, so we'll have a few chasers on these storms here pretty soon. Looking at the hail growth size, the hail in this, I would be more concerned. I'm getting hail on radar here upwards of 1.5 inches. So it's definitely got some concern here for hail. Even though the warning doesn't say hail, I would definitely be concerned here, especially in the Allegan area. Right now, I'd say the bulk of any heavier winds is about to push into Allegan within the next couple of minutes. But Cheshire Center here near Merson in uh, Chikara, you guys will be getting the worst of the hail here. Thank you, Red Dozer, for your $20 super chat. Appreciate your support of the channel. They are moving to the east-northeast. We go ahead and zoom out here and go ahead and put a motion on this. Go ahead and zoom out just a bit. So east-northeast is your movement here today. That should be the movement across the state as well. These storms up here in Clinton County also bear watching as they potentially could merge. Right now, they don't appear to be severe. But if they merge, that can cause some, enhancement of winds there as well. So definitely bears watching there in Clinton County. Not expecting anything to be overly concerning outside of the wind and hail threat today. Joel's with us. Joel, are you chasing or are you heading somewhere?
I'm literally going to drop off my car at the shop because it needs to be fixed.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, Joel's mobile, but unfortunately unable to chase currently. So he'll be here with us for a few, I guess. I'm going to try and get Ben and Drew in here. I believe the link is sent to them.
I say I'm heading to Lowell right now, so if it comes into my direction, I'll have a view on it.
I mean, yeah, it'd be heading your way.
Yeah, I'll be at the mercy of my my dad. He's gonna be picking me up.
So. Gotcha. All right. So popping back out the outage map. Okay, now we have a outage coming in directly over the storm is at near Cheshire Center. Looks like about 164 people, it says, they were out of power there with other sporadic outages. So now we got confirmation these winds are likely reaching the ground here. So treated as such, Allegan County, especially East Central Allegan County, Allegan proper, in line for these winds here any second now. It's about to impact you guys. Expect very strong winds in the Allegan proper area. And don't be shocked if you lose power with this storm. We have outages coming in here just to the south of Allegan. Radar is indicating hail size upwards of 1.23 inches right now, heading toward Allegan as well. So not only should you be concerned about wind, but also potential for perhaps some larger hail. Hopefully hail is a little bit weaker or a little bit smaller than severe size here. But definitely prepare yourselves, as radar is indicating there is likely some larger hail falling here. Now, before we went live here, I had food that was in the microwave. I'm going to try and eat here very quickly, so bear with me here. It is my dinner time. So, but overall, this storm is moving right along the M40 to M89 into Allegan right now. Other areas include Watson, Martin, Otsego, Millgrove, Hopkins, Hopkinsburg, Bradley, and Shelbyville. You guys are all within this severe thunderstorm warning. Hail size is now 1.25 inch via radar. So again, be prepared in Allegan, especially right now. Allegan will be the biggest concern, as that wind is going to track directly into you guys. Let's go ahead and flip it over here to our wind velocities. And yeah, there you go. There's the heaviest moving right into Allegan. That is not a good look at all. 51 miles per hour here on radar, 53 there looks like. So regardless, strong winds about to impact. Power outages are being reported here with this storm.
I say these cumulonimbus tops are up at probably 30,000 feet at least where I'm at. Also, thank you, Red Dozer, for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you very much.
Latest scan here on velocity does pick up the intensity too as it moves into Allegan. It's going to wait for the new scan here if it's not already in. It is in. So yeah, a bigger pocket now of stronger winds moving directly into Allegan as we speak. These winds are showing on radar roughly about 50 or so miles per hour. So right around that 50, this is approximately 1,900 feet off the surface. So I'm going to track the outage map here as well. And yeah, there's a lot coming in here leading up into Allegan. So unfortunately, I don't want to say this, but if you're in Allegan, you're probably going to be, there's a good chance you're going to lose power in Allegan right now. There's scattered outages here from Cheshire Center all the way up into 109th, 109th Avenue, 110th, 112th, 113th. It's just leading up into Allegan right now. I'm probably going to get some outages coming into Allegan as we speak right now. Does anybody here in chat live in Allegan? If you guys are here in chat, you should be inside away from windows. But if it's safe to do so, let us know what's happening out there. Obviously, be safe. Don't go outside looking, we're not asking you to do that. But if you can, tell us what's going on. Please let us do that, or please let us know. We got Drew here in the background as well. Drew is en route from Grand Rapids area to the storm. He'll be on that probably within a few minutes. But yeah, looking at the outage map and everything that we have available to us, it's not a good look here with the storm producing damaging winds here into Allegan. For those of you just tuning in, the storm is severe warned. It is pushing to the northeast at around 30 to 40 miles per hour. The text of the warning does say it's moving at approximately 30, but I would say a little bit faster than that would be expected here. These are 2-minute scans. It's moving at a pretty good clip. So it looks like regardless here, it looks like Allegan is reporting power outages on the south side near Academy Street right now. That's not going to be good. Radar intensified even further over Allegan. We're getting 56 miles per hour in Allegan. You guys are getting probably slammed right now in Allegan. Radar is also indicating hail is still over an inch as it moves directly into Allegan. Moderate winds right now on the ground. Okay, thank you. So looking at the latest scan here on our wind velocity, yeah, those blues there is where we get kind of more so concerned for severe. 62, 64, that is not a good look, guys. It's just intensifying here as it moves into town. So you guys in Allegan are getting slammed right now, according to radar. And with these outages coming into the south with the storm, I had to assume it's translating over to the ground. So outside that one on Academy Street, again, this map is going to update here pretty soon, so we'll have a better idea if Allegan's out of power or not. But I'm sure some of you guys in chat are watching from the area here, so let us know. As far as rotation, tornadic things go, not seeing anything with the storm. It's just straight line winds at this point and perhaps some larger hail as well. Not seeing anything rotating with the storm at all. My deck chairs just flew. This storm is on the west side of the state, nowhere near Lansing, Detroit, or Flint. But again, pop-ups are possible across the state today. Severe weather should be a low chance of any storm becoming severe. There only is a marginal risk up in northern lower. But again, these pop-up storms can surprise. We called this yesterday and this morning. A few severe storms may occur today. This is exactly what's happening here in Allegan County. This was not a surprise. But yeah, across the state, pop-ups are possible. Can't say when and where. Sporadic nature. Not everybody's going to see a storm today. Looks like they're continuing the warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds and hail around nickel size. So they must be thinking that the hail may not be big enough to cause any issues, which hopefully that's the case. Fingers are crossed. Radar still indicating hail now over an inch in diameter, moving into Allegan. So if you guys have any hail reports out of the storm, let us know as well. I would still suggest some larger hail be possible, but again, they have all the tools they need. They're the experts over there. They're continuing this warning here for nickel-sized hail, which is below severe limits. They did trim the southern portion of Allegan County out of the warning now, so it now just includes Allegan proper, Hopkins, up to about the Wayland area. So Bradley, Hopkinsburg, that's about all I'm seeing here. Hilliards. Looks like the 131 corridor here between Wayland down here towards Shelbyville should be inside away from windows, as well as Hopkins, South Monterey, and any place between. Looks like there's a lake here, minor lake. It's going to make a direct impact on you guys. Looks like the latest velocity scan here is showing winds still upwards of 60 miles per hour. It's now through Allegan. Looks like right around severe limits here, anywhere from 50 to 60 plus miles per hour here through Allegan.
Hey, Ryan.
Go ahead, Drew.
Right now, I'm just about to get on a US 131 to head south. I'll try my best to stay on here, but my phone is having some overheating problems, so probably won't be able to hop on until I get closer to the storm, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, we got a lot of outages coming in now from Allegan, which is what we assumed to happen here. No hail south of Allegan, just hard rain. Okay, thank you. Where's Joel headed? Joel is headed to an appointment with his car. He is not chasing. He's just here for, I guess we can call it support. Drew is chasing, however, which he is heading on to 131 as we speak. Looking to the south there, looks like, toward that storm. He'll be on that here within about probably 20 or so minutes. So he's heading toward that storm. The storm is heading toward him. He'll close in on it pretty quickly. Looks like the outage map is lighting up, especially on the west side of Allegan. Looks like there's one near Hudson Street, Robinson Street as well. So we got scattered outages coming in town here. Pea-sized hail in Allegan, hail on the south side of Allegan. Okay, thank you guys. As long as we're not talking about, quarter size or larger, that's all that matters. So radar is indicating hail up to about 1 inch in diameter. So luckily we're not seeing that, which is great news.
A lot of special weather statements coming in from up north now as well. Seeing that.
Yeah, I was going to hop on there and cover that here in a second. So these some questions here as well for other portions of the state. So the entire state at today is at risk for some general thunderstorms. Severe weather should not be too big of a concern across the state. 1 or 2 storms may go severe, which is what we're seeing here in Allegan County, for example. But there's a storm here in Clinton County, just north of Lansing. Up here in the Tri-Cities by Midland, there's one. Over here on the east side, there's one up here in Tuscola County. Up here in northern lower, we have a couple of special weather statements, which are below severe limits, but still some stronger type of cells here ongoing here near Kalkaska. Actually, it has a pretty good velocity on it. This is going to be for wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour, as well as nickel-sized hail. That's going to be for Kalkaska and Antrim counties. Then also one over here to the east, up here by Belknap, Millersburg. Let's go ahead and take a radar look at that real quick. There it is. This is going to be crossing the county line of Montmorency and Presque Isle counties, moving up toward Millersburg and Hawks. In the UP, there's also some storms going on up there. Up by Marquette, back here toward the Ironwood, Watersmead area, Greenland as well. Nothing is severe besides that one storm in Allegan, but a couple stronger cells definitely ongoing here. Again, severe weather is definitely a possibility today across the state. It's a low chance, except if you're up there in northern lower where the marginal risk is. But overall, the risk today is quite low across the state. This storm is now through Allegan, moving up toward Hopkins now. This is going to be, again, a severe warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds as well as hail up to nickel size. And your heaviest winds look to be just out ahead of this storm here. So in Hopkins, you guys should be getting ready for some heavier winds. Wayland, Hopkinsburg, Monterey Center. Anywhere north of there, it looks like Hilliards is there. A couple neighborhoods there as well. Not seeing too much in the way of townships, though, which is good. Again, movement on this is right around northeast, about 30 to 40 miles per hour. Looks like I've reported a pea-sized hail coming in from a train spotter in Allegan. So that's, again, below severe limits. That's good news. We do not want to see severe hail with these, as that would be bad.
Justin's funding my Lambo, apparently.
Thank
super chat.
Thank you, Justin, for that super chat. Appreciate your support of the channel. We'll put it in Joel's Lambo fund.
Yep. I don't know if it's a great chase vehicle, but I appreciate it.
Zoom, zoom. Oh, yeah. Big outages now coming in north of Allegan now as well, all the way up to Hopkins and Dunningville areas, right along Lincoln Road, which is going to be that M40 corridor north of Allegan. So this storm is still producing damaging winds here through Allegan. Looks like the west side of Allegan took the hardest hit, but now is moving to the north toward Hopkins as well. So unfortunately, this storm is still producing damaging winds here. We'll likely get an extension of that warning if it continues up toward Wayland. So damaging winds is your only concern with the storm, and that's going to be up to 60 miles per hour, which is going to be roughly the baseline here for severe criteria, which is 58 miles per hour. So not too strong of winds here, but strong enough definitely to blow some trees down, some wires down as well. So take it seriously here if you live in Hopkins. Go ahead and say Wayland as well. Although Wayland and Dorr are not within the severe warning, they would be on deck if the storm continues to track that way. I bet you this is Drew right here. Yep, there's Drew. So Drew is right on 131 now. He's not in our chat here. He's behind the scenes, looks like. But he's heading south here on 131, and that storm is moving up towards him. So I have a good view on this momentarily here, and he'll hop in here once he does. But speaking of 131, we do have multiple traffic cameras along 131. So I'm going to pull up the MDOT drive map, which you guys can do this as well if you want to. I don't know if anything has a visual on it, but might as well take a peek at this to see if there's any visuals on this storm. Let's go ahead and check out the one here in Kalamazoo. That doesn't have anything up by Wayland, facing to the south. Okay, facing to the north. That's not going to do any good. Okay, so nothing there on the traffic cams, unfortunately. We'll wait to see the storm continues to the north. We'll have a good visual on that if it moves up into South Grand Rapids Metro. But right now, it's still firmly within Allegan County here. In fact, the storm does have an outflow boundary now on it. We're seeing here out ahead of this, which is probably going to be some gusty winds here all throughout Allegan County, near Ganges to Douglas, over ISIL, right along 40 here near Fenville. So that's going to be your outflow from the storm. Outflow is just wind surging out from a thunderstorm. They can be pretty gusty. Sometimes they can be severe. In this case, though, the leading edge of the storm looks to have the heaviest winds here right along the boundary near Hopkins. And the outage map is just continuing to light up. About 2,000 people now in Allegan County out of power. And that number is still climbing very rapidly here. Did they update this real quick? They may have updated this. Or no, they dropped the SWS, looks like. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I thought I saw something change there. I guess not. All right, so severe warning continues to remain in effect here for northern Allegan County, north central Allegan County, really, from about Allegan all the way up to about Dorr and Wayland. This yellow box here. That's going to be your severe warning. 60 mile per hour winds is your only concern with this storm. Kalkaska County as well. I'm not going to actually, I will bring this in behind the scenes here. I got to load this up for you guys real quickly here. Make sure I'm not missing anything, which I'm not. Looks like Drew's joining back with us, but I want to pop in my other radar here, which is not loaded in yet. Give me a second to do that very quickly here. Keep an eye on all corners of the state. Kalkaska County has a good storm going on there, perhaps some larger hail falling there. No warning on that storm, but still could see some decent sized hail falling with that. Let's go ahead and pull in my other radar here momentarily. What's up, Drew?
Hey, Ryan. We got a huge rain shaft. I'm about to take out the Wayland exit here, so you'll get a good view here shortly. But we have a massive rain shaft coming up here, maybe even a base. But I'm trying to. Yo, we got a good view right here. Shoot, we got trees in the way, but there's definitely a lower base right here. You'll see it just shortly here.
Okay. Again, Drew is on US 131 south out of Grand Rapids. He's near Wayland right now, about to enter the severe warning here.
Oh, look at that. Right side.
Interesting. So you're on the Wayland exit there. You'd be looking right at the leading edge of it. So again, this is a storm in Allegan County. Whoa. What happened?
Sorry.
There we go.
Pull Drew to the top.
Gotcha. If I can get it, there it goes.
You can do split.
Yep. Looks like a shelf cloud there on the leading edge, perhaps. Shelf cloud.
That's what my thinking is right now.
Yeah, shelf clouds are typically harmless. They do not produce tornadoes, but they do indicate strong winds sometimes. In this case, that would be the indicator here. I do want to take back radar here quickly to go over a few things here as Drew gets in position. So your pocket of heavier winds now extends. It's a pretty wide area from about Hopkins out to, we're going to say, looks like this is going to be 135th Avenue, all the way down here to roughly, there's a few roads here. If I can get this to load in, 126th Avenue. So it's a pretty wide area of heavier winds here, all the way from Hopkins up here toward the Door Wayland area. 60 plus mile per hour winds falling, not falling. 106 or 60 plus mile per hour winds are likely occurring with this storm as it does push to the north here. So Door, Wayland, down to Hopkins, you guys are in line for this, the heaviest, should I say, of this storm. Consumers Energy Edge map continues to fill in here. 2,500 people out of power. Looks like they have stopped coming in around Hopkins area. So perhaps a weakening trend going on here. We'll see if that updates here in a second. But not seeing anything new pop in just yet in the outage maps would indicate perhaps that this is weakening just a bit. Although radar would say otherwise, given that the radar is getting closer to the beam. When you get closer to the radar site, which is right up here in Grand Rapids, the lower the beam is to the ground, so the better, more accurate readings you're going to get. Right now, this is roughly, pop back down here to Grand Rapids. It's going to be roughly around 1,000 feet off the surface. We're getting winds of about 50 to 55. That's going to be moving through Hopkins as we speak. Let's go ahead and pop out to the north here real quick. And especially Kalkaska County. I'm tracking this one cell up here that does appear to have a decent downburst / hail core on it. This is going to be Kalkaska County, northern lower Michigan. Not severe via radar, but definitely a stronger storm, perhaps nickel-sized hail falling with that. Up here in Antrim County, we got another good storm going on up there. A couple here in Roscommon County, also up here in Presque Isle. Moving toward Hawks. Again, some pop-ups down here in Clinton / Shiawassee County. Go ahead and take Detroit's radar here momentarily. Wait for it to load in here real quick. So Clinton County getting in on the action here. Nothing looks severe with these on the east side of the state. Not expecting severe overall, but one or two storms may try to be strong or severe. So good example here in Allegan County. Winds are now about 900 feet off the ground, about 47 to 50 or so miles an hour still. We'll see what they do here with the warning. They could extend it into Kent County. They may not, though. I'm not sure what their thinking is. But this storm is going to approach Kent County here momentarily here. I see a couple questions about Door specifically. Yes, Door is in line for this. You got about 5 or 10 minutes. So gusty winds for sure there in Door. Looking at the outage map, no other outages between Hopkins and Door are showing up at this point, which is good news. Hopefully that's a trend that we're going to see weakening at least, although this map can be delayed a few minutes. So we'll see if anything else pops up here. But there's a large swath from Allegan, from Hopkins really down to about the Van Buren County line, just north of Gobles. Looking at the radar here again, checking out our velocity. It's moving into Hopkins, out of Hopkins now toward Door. Looks like we have Drew. Where'd you go? Can't find his dot here. He's around there somewhere, so he's getting the worst of it right now. Looks like Drew's popped in here. We'll go ahead and take him. Drew, if you can unmute yourself and talk, feel free. Go ahead.
Yeah, this line's right on top of me right now. It's trying to get in position here. You're going to have a good view in a few seconds here.
Okay, sounds good. Looks like they went ahead and put an SWS out for Grand Rapids, Kent County, Northern Allegan County. 50 mile per hour winds. So they are noticing the weakening trend with this as well. But still, 50 mile an hour winds can still take down some weaker trees and stuff like that as well. So treat it as a strong storm moving into Kent County with this cell. Go ahead and get that posted to the page here. Give me a second, guys. I'm working solo behind the scenes today.
Ryan, I got a shot.
You got it. Give me a second. For goodness sake. There you go. Let's take you full. Go ahead. You're full.
So this is looking west. Right now, I'm just west of Wayland. So that's the west. You can see the rain shaft right here. And as we're speaking, it's just starting to rain. Here's the leading edge of it. Very strong winds that are coming in right now. Just had a good bolt too a little bit ago.
How strong do you estimate those winds to be?
Non-severe as of now. You can tell by looking at the core. It's not severe yet. So outflow winds though.
Copy. All right. See if we can get this to work now. There we go. Didn't want to work earlier. So we're going to go ahead and dual split screen Drew here. Looks like he's about to reposition. So again, he is just to the, I believe he said just west of Wayland. Oh, he's just west of Door here. Or no, that's not him. Where are you at, Drew, exactly? Oh, I got you. I got you now. Just south of Door, west of Wayland. So his dot is green. It's blending in with all the green velocities here. So that's why I couldn't see him. But I got him pulled up there. He is right where the radar says the heaviest winds are about to cross. So again, if you live in Kent County, out ahead of this, in blue, that's a non-severe statement. They call it special weather statements. It's for strong storms that are almost, they can sometimes almost be severe, but this one, in this case, they're saying is sub-severe, which is below 58 miles per hour or below quarter-size hail. So they are saying that this storm is still producing winds upwards of 50 miles per hour as it moves out of the warning into Kent County. So that's going to be the main concern with this as it moves toward you guys there up in Kent County. So Kentwood, Gaines Township, Caledonia, Cascade Charter Township, Kentwood itself, Byron Center, Ross, Corinth, you guys all in line here for some strong winds. Looking at the outage map, though, we still are not seeing anything pop up past Hopkins. So likely some weakening going on here. Excuse me. with the storm as it moves to the north. But still, radar is indicating winds here of about 50 or 60 miles per hour, about 1,000 or so feet off the surface. In this case, it's at 950 feet right now, just to the west of Wayland. And that's pretty close, considering some radar shoots or some radar locations here in Michigan. We're talking 8,000 feet. So you get 900 feet. That's fairly close to the ground here as it moves towards Grand Rapids radar site, which is right up here where it says GRR right there. So the closer we get to that, the more accurate information we're going to get. Outside this storm that is currently severe, there's a couple other storms here that are strong but not severe yet at this point. One riding the Indiana border by Niles. That's going to have potentially winds upwards of 40 miles per hour, perhaps pea-sized hail there. Up here in Shiawassee County / Clinton County, near Owasso, that's going to have some gusty winds with it as well. There's no statement on that storm, but do expect some gusty winds in any of these storms today. And then also up here in the Thumb, over here in Sanilac County, near Cass City, got a shower there. Tri-City's got some rain going on. A lot of lightning with that storm as well. Up here in northern lower Kalkaska County, as well as Presque Isle counties, these storms are statemented for strong wind gusts, but currently not severe. Those are going to be moving up toward Rogers City, Belknap, Metz Township, Millersburg area. I should miss Millersburg, but I see Hawks, Big Cut there as well. Moving up toward Rogers City on the Presque Isle storm. If it's Presque Isle or Presque Isle, I apologize. It's one of the two. This one moving up toward Mansalona on US 131 out of Kalkaska. That's, again, some stronger storms that are non-severe, but they are close. Looks like they did drop the severe thunderstorm warning for the Allegan County cell. So that's good news. So gusty winds are still occurring here, but no longer, they're saying no longer severe. Let's go ahead and drop this down to our statement. There we go. So now we're just going to track this as it moves upwards into Kent, make sure it doesn't go severe again, or other areas in the state don't go severe as well. But this storm here in Allegan about to cross over into Kent still has a pocket here of gusty winds moving into Dorr and Wayland as we speak here, right along US 131. Wouldn't be shocked, guys, if they went ahead and reissued a warning here with this cell, especially as it gets close to the radar beam. These winds are still cranking. On radar, it says 55 or so miles per hour. That's only around 800 feet off the ground, just to the west and a bit north of Wayland, about to cross the Kent County line toward Byron Center, Cutlerville, and Caledonia. Between those locations, looks like it's going to cross. Would not be shocked if they went ahead and issued a new warning here for Kent County as it moves toward the radar site, barring anything, weakening significantly. But these winds are still cranking. The statement in effect here is not severe. It's just a special weather statement for 50 mile per hour winds. Animating the winds are on this radar here, moving to the east-northeast, right toward the radar site. So hopefully, if that continues as a strong storm, hopefully the radar site can take it and stays online here. Sometimes those can be impacted by storms. They go down, some can get broken on it. So hopefully it's moving directly toward it. We stay online here in Grand Rapids. If you guys happen to live in Dorr down to Hopkins, the past 10 or 15 minutes, let us know what happened there. There is currently no severe warning in the state for this, but these winds are still likely really strong here as it moves through Door. Be curious to see if there's any damage reports or anything coming in from you guys in Allegan County, anywhere in the storm's path. Consumers Energy outage map still has no new outages north of Hopkins, which is really good news. So likely some weakening there, but still gusty winds are occurring. Trees are swaying pretty hard. Go ahead and split screen this. We'll take Drew full here as he moves with the storm. I believe he's underneath it right now, getting some rain. He's going to be in the Door area. The heaviest of the winds appear to be pretty close to Drew, although no, don't really see too much happening there with the trees. But again, he looks like just to the east of Door. Drew, how are the winds there? Are they relatively calm there? I'm looking at.
They've been getting a little bit more on the gustier side. Haven't seen anything down yet, but these are definitely some decently strong winds. But haven't seen any trees down yet. We're probably going to get a good shelf developing. Saw a little bit of whale's mouth action underneath the storm base, but the main winds are just hitting me right now as we speak.
Gotcha. Yeah, it looks like on radar you're going to be in the heaviest right now, so looks like it's sub-severe at this point in time. We're going to leave Drew up here for a little bit, but the strongest of the winds definitely on top of him right now, and they may not be on the ground, but they're pretty close to it. About at this location, we're getting the radar beam about 650 feet. So it's fairly close. About 2 football fields off the ground is where those winds are showing up on radar. West of Door getting the wind. Okay, thank you for that. I'm a bit behind here. 6 miles south of Hopkins, no power, wind is calm now. Yeah, that's too bad, Red. That's too bad. Yeah, but looking at Drew, a new outage coming in now, just where you're at there in Door. Looks like it's saying about 800 people out of power reported as of 1 minute ago.
Yeah, Ryan, the main range shaft is coming right towards my view, right? I'm going to turn right on the highway here. You're going to see it in about like 10 seconds here.
Okay.
If traffic can get moving here. But yeah, I'm about to get slammed with rain here really soon.
Okay. So again, looks like new outages are coming in just to the east of Door. And these winds are still cranking on radar upwards of 50 to 60 miles per hour. Would not be shocked if they went ahead and reissued a warning here for Kent. But again, that's their decision, not ours. We'll see if there's any other reports coming in. There's the rain Drew was talking about. Let's keep an eye on his feed there and see what the winds look like as well.
It's here.
Looks like the wind speeds via radar north of Wayland, east of Door are roughly 50. Getting a pocket here of 65 now at about 700 feet off the surface. So these are really strong winds here, guys. They're not, on the ground. They're just above the ground. Looks like look at that. You can see the rain curtains getting whipped there with the wind.
Yeah, going about 40 right now.
Okay.
Oh, strong winds right to our left. Oh, we got really strong winds here. Strong winds.
You're cutting in and out there, Drew. I've got you. Strong winds there. Again, he's on 131.
Strong winds, yeah, right now.
Yep, just
severe
to the east
winds.
of
We got
Door.
severe winds.
Okay. Any trees down?
We got multiple branches down. It's multiple branches are down. Really strong winds here. Easily 50, and we're gonna hail.
Okay. So again, Drew is
throwing.
Oh, wow. Yeah, guys, go ahead and treat this as a potential severe storm moving up into Kent County right now. The heaviest of the winds appear to be between Door and Corning on the 131 area here. That's going to be moving up toward the Corinth, Ross, and Gaines Charter Township area in Kent County. So treat this, you guys, as a very strong storm, likely severe in spots. There's no severe warning in effect, but Drew here is reporting that these winds are likely close, if not over severe limits here, with multiple branches down along 131 here. He's driving, I believe, south he's driving south towards the Wayland area on 131 here. So he's driving back through the path of this storm. So if there's any trees or anything like that down, he will report that. Drew, do you have the Grand Rapids number to report anything if you come across it?
Yeah, I'll try my best to report it in. I'm going to try to see if I can get off the highway, but I just have one phone, so
Yeah,
I'll try my best
good.
here.
All good. So again, that's Drew, US 131 on the Allegan-Kent County line. These winds are now pushing into Kent County as we speak, but there we go. Severe now for Kent. That's what I figured they'd do with that. So severe now back in effect here for Kent County. Go ahead and prop back this over here into severe ops. Kent County until 5:45.
I didn't see any actual trees falling down, but the trees that were around me were mostly younger trees, strongly rooted trees, but those were definitely close to severe winds on my report from the highway. So I'll do a little bit of damage surveying around Door and Wayland area shortly.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so again, the heaviest of the winds here are reflected here on your screen by the brighter green colors moving up towards Gaines Township right now. Go ahead and animate this for you guys so you guys get a look at what this is actually going to be doing here, or what it's moving, should I say. But it's heading right for the radar site there. So I believe Joel is out there as well. He's just to the east of the path of this storm. So perhaps we'll get a visual on this. He's taking care of some of his car work at a shop right now, so he's not actively chasing, but perhaps he can step outside if he has a good view and give us a view. Again, we'll leave it up to him there if he's got time or if he's ability to. But regardless, the heaviest winds here tracking right towards Gaines Township, Dotton or Dutton. I'm going to say Dotton though. Corinth, any place between those areas. Looks like it's going to be 84th Street southeast, 76th Street southeast, and 68th Street southeast, right south of Route 6 here. The M6 looks like. That's going to be the track of it currently, heading right for the Grand Rapids radar site. Now, again, we've mentioned this many times before, but the Grand Rapids radar site here, any radar site really, that's impacted by strong winds or severe weather, it can go down. So hopefully this can stay up, assuming these winds are going to remain intense as it moves toward the radar site. Hopefully it doesn't lose its power or goes down, offline.
I will say there was one car that went off the road on the highway, like hit something. So, yeah, I was going about 5 miles an hour there, folks. So anyone that's on US 131, please drive safely.
Yeah, never want to see that. I'm going to try and pull some traffic cameras up here for a visual out ahead of this in Grand Rapids. I'm not sure I'm going to have one or not. I'm just kind of clicking around here to see if I can get a view to show you guys. I don't really see much anything right now, though. But again, severe warning in effect for Kent County. This goes until 5:45, so about 48 more minutes, or sorry, 37 more minutes at this point. I was right, 47 more minutes. 47 more minutes. This goes until 5:45 Eastern. So it goes all the way up here to, we're going to say, Canonsburg, Parnell, and Mosley, Fallisburg, Ada Township, all the way up there almost to, goes about halfway up into Kent County. And this storm is producing severe wind gusts, has a history of taking out power all throughout Allegan County, as well all the way down toward the Van Buren County line. We have a good swath of this In fact, I'll go ahead and bring this in for you guys to see this, just so you guys know what I'm talking about here. This is also publicly available too on the Consumers Energy Outage Map site, where you can actually, view where the outages are currently occurring. And the path of this storm here started at the Van Buren-Allegan County line. All these colored areas are outages, power outages, that correlate to a number of people. So the purples right here are indicating 51 to 200 people are out of power. The orange is indicating about 200 to 1,000 out of power. And up here, we have a big outage here, just south of Hopkins showing up. And then as it moved between Hopkins up here toward Door, we had a break there. And then all of a sudden we're getting more here indoors. So this storm does have a history of producing power outages all throughout Allegan County as it tracks up there toward Kent. So treat this seriously. This is a very strong storm, perhaps severe. It is severe, actually. I don't know why I say perhaps, but it is severe, moving up into Kent County as we speak. Get the radar back up for you guys. There we go. Let's go ahead and check out our velocity here. As we get closer to the radar site, though, I will notice and we'll point out that the winds are coming down just a bit here. The strongest we're getting now is right around, there's about 46 to about 50 there, pocket over here as well, maybe perhaps just outside of this warning, upwards of 40 to 50 as well. So the winds were like 50 to 60 plus. Now they're about 40 to 50. So the closer we get to the radar site, the weaker these winds are getting. And right now, these winds are about 500 feet off of the ground. New warning now coming in up here in northern lower Michigan. This is going to be for, go ahead and switch this over here. Give me a second, guys. Just notice this popping on GR2. Antrim County, Otsego County, as well as northern Kalkaska County. This is going to be a severe warning in effect here for 1-inch hail, which is quarter size in diameter, as well as 60 mile-per-hour winds. So we're going to take a peek at that real quick. There we go. There's your storm. We mentioned this about 20 or so minutes ago as a potential stronger storm or two occurring, and that's what looks to be the case here. So checking this out, it's going to be over the Mansalona area, moving toward Otsego Lake into the county line of, looks like it's going to be Otsego County. That's going to be up there, moving right around 30 miles an hour. There's your track of that. So right along US 131 from Elmira down to Mansalona, right along that path would be the heaviest of the storm. Some good velocity showing up there as well. Good downburst by Mansalona. Some strong winds definitely occurring with that, as well as potential for some larger hail as well. So we're going to go ahead and take a 2-track look at this. Go back down here to Kent County. And I'm going to put my other radar up there to watch that storm as well. So now you guys can see this on my screen for Kent County. And behind the scenes, I'm looking at this screen over here on my left. So I got to track all this solo today. So bear with me. We're going to focus on Kent County right now because that's the biggest population source. But
Hey,
I will.
Ryan,
Yes.
we got a down tree or tree branch, a large tree branch down here. Just gonna wait for this car to pass quick.
Okay. Okay, there it is. Yep.
First one
what
I've
road are you
seen
on?
so far. Good question. I'm really close to the highway.
I got you, Drew. I got your location.
Okay.
Drew is going to be on 14th Street, just to the west of Wayland. So that's where Drew is at. Again, this storm is moving up into Kent County as we speak. Severe is in effect here for 60 mile-per-hour winds. No severe hails expected. The heaviest is, it looks like it is weakening quite a bit, which is really good news. So it looked like it tried to like re-intensify there for a few seconds, or for a few minutes, should I say, and then it kind of weakened back out there as it moved toward the towards Kent County there, which is really good news for you guys in Kent. But still, gusty winds are occurring and are likely with this storm. This heaviest looks to be over Gaines Township, Corinth over to Caledonia area right now, moving to the northeast. Looks like Joel here. Go take Joel full. Believe you're up there in Lowell, I assume, Joel?
Yeah, we are on Hastings Road, and out in the distance, I don't know if you can see over the treetops there, but that is the base to the severe storm. This storm is a separate storm right above us here. And then way out there in the distance is the Allegan County storm rolling into Kent County. It's really hard to see, but it's there. And we got a base on it.
Gotcha. Okay, let's go ahead and put that over here. Looks like there is a, as Joel just mentioned, there's a little bit of an area that's popping up near Clarksville, Freeport area, just to the west of Lake Odessa. A separate storm that's popping up. Doesn't look severe, but if this can join together with the storm in Kent County, it could very well try to, become severe. Nice looking storm there, though, Joel.
Thank you.
So it looks like Joel is going to be just to the north of 96 still. Let's go ahead and take our radar look here real quick. Yeah, there's your separate storm that Joel's looking at near Clarksville, Freeport area. And Joel's up here with this black boxes. He's looking directly, looks like due south of the storm. And back off here in the distance, there's that base he was showing us from the Kent County cell. Looking at the cell that Joel's looking at, it does not look impressive on radar. But if these storms can combine and merge together, it very well could try to become strong or severe as it pushes up into Ionia County further. But again, the storm in Kent County is weakening quite a bit. It's really good news. Popping up here again to that severe up here in Kalkaska as well as Otsego County. Looks like there's another county involved too. I don't want to forget you guys. Antrim County. This storm is warned for 60 mile per hour winds and quarter size hail. The hail core would be directly just to the south of 38 here, just to the west of Crooked Lake Road, where all this purple showing up here on radar. This is going to be the heaviest of perhaps some larger hail falling there. The radar is not picking up anything severe wind-wise, but definitely some gustier winds showing up there, probably from a downburst or perhaps a hail core falling there, just to the west there of the radar site in Gaylord. So at Otsego Lake, just west of Otsego Lake. Let's go ahead and take our hail tracker on that. No update from that yet. We should get an update momentarily from that, but I assume it's probably continuing with the large hail.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes.
We got some scattered minor corn damage here on 14th Street.
Oh, my.
It's mostly scattered in nature. As you can see, there's a few stalks that are still standing up straight, but there's a few sections like here that are half flattened in this field area.
Okay. Go ahead and drop that to, hold on. I got you. Okay.
It's a very small corridor, but good few hundred yards at least of
Gotcha.
yeah, decent. I mean, these are decently tall stalks too. So I don't think it's I don't think it's a total loss. I don't know. I'm not a farmer, so I wouldn't know. Oh, we also have a snapped tree limb right here too. It's off in the distance, but there was definitely, I would say, in my opinion, based on what I experienced, definitely a downburst because those really strong winds and then followed by about 15 to 30 seconds of pea-sized hail.
Gotcha. Again, that storm is moving close to the Grand Rapids radar site, just north of Caledonia. From Kentwood to Caledonia currently has the strongest winds. Roughly, it says on radar, about 40 or so miles per hour. So it has weakened quite a lot since the warning was issued for Kent. So we'll see what the radar site here in Grand Rapids reports. They have a MEDAR station there, which is going to report the wind speeds for us. So we'll see how strong these winds are momentarily here. But Drew, again, out here just west of Wayland on 14th Street, I believe it is. And that's going to be some corn damage as well as sporadic tree limb damage as well.
Yeah, we got another tree branch down here. So definitely some localized severe winds here. These are just tree branches. That's a little bit of a bigger one. Haven't seen any full-size trees down yet, but we'll see what happens here.
Copy. All right. Going back up here to the severe thunderstorm warning in Otsego, Atrim, and Kalkaska County. This is going to go until looks like 5:30. And again, this storm looks like it's perhaps producing some larger hail, crossing 38 now, about to cross over into Otsego County. Also, looking at velocity, that would correlate well to potential downburst going on there. Very classic signature there of a downburst. And I'm waiting for the VIL to update. There is the VIL. There's your hail tracker there. Definitely would be concerning for some larger hail there. Looks like Grand Rapids went ahead and continued that a severe warning for Kent. $60-mile-per-hour winds, still the concern with that cell. Go ahead and back out of there and go down to Kent. Here we go. Let's take our radar back here. There we go. Perfect. So they continued it for Kent County here. 60-mile-per-hour winds, your only hazard, in effect for 35 more minutes. Overall, though, the winds have, they've weakened a lot here. The highest I'm seeing here is roughly about 40 or so miles per hour. And that's going to be probably a few hundred feet off the ground. We'll get an exact measurement here real quick. But I would say that this storm is on the weakening trend. Yeah, it looks like roughly about 400 feet off the ground, 40-mile-per-hour winds. So definitely not overly concerning, but we'll see what the site here at Grand Rapids gusts to. And I'm working solo here today, guys, so give me a second here to go through some of these messages you guys are sending us. Okay. Looks like outages are not coming in Kent County, which is really good news. We have a swath coming in from Allegan County, from Van Buren up to the Kent County line, all throughout Allegan County. I do see just a few isolated instances here in the Grand Rapids South Metro from Cutlerville up toward perhaps downtown where the gust front is surging ahead. But otherwise, nothing significant popping in with this storm. So really good news here. Hopefully it's done. Hopefully it doesn't re-intensify here. Let's go ahead and check our MEDAR station here and see if there's a gust reported. So give me a second here to pop this on. I can find it. There it is.
Ryan, we're starting to get a little bit of a whale's mouth, I think, trying to form here. A little bit of a shelf on our storm here in Ionia County.
Gotcha. There we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, check that out. There's a good whale's mouth there. Nice. Looking at that cell that Joel's showing us right now, still doesn't look too impressive on radar. But I will say it does look like it's going to merge eventually with that Kent County cell. We'll see if anything happens if it does merge. Looks like a good downburst going on by Freeport as well, just north of Middleville. So if you happen to live over by Freeport, Middleville areas, along the Ionia / Barry / Kent County line, basically where Freeport is, you guys would be in line for perhaps some gusty winds there as well. That's outside the warning too. This is what I'm talking about here. The red color here indicating winds going away from the radar. Greens are going toward the radar. We go ahead and animate this back a few. We're going to see how that just kind of popped up there. So perhaps some gustier winds happening here near Harris Creek, Parmalee, Freeport areas. And this is really close to the radar site here. And the highest velocity I'm getting here is 40 miles per hour. New scan coming in. Probably not going to see anything with this scan. We'll have to wait until it's out the other side of the radar. It'll turn red on this side. So we'll wait a few minutes for us to come through the radar site and out the other end. Go ahead and go back up here to our cell in Kalkaska / Otsego / Antrim County. Get this loaded back in here momentarily. There we go. Perfect. Go ahead and take that. And latest scan, just increased velocity here. Looks like the latest scan is showing about 47 miles an hour. That's really close to radar here too, about 350 feet off the ground. So about a football field or so off the ground, getting close to severe limits, but just not quite. The motion on this storm, though, is about east with a little bit northward movement toward Oak Grove and Otsego Lake, also heading toward the radar site. So hopefully you don't lose 2 radar sites in one day. That'd be bad, but I think Grand Rapids will be okay. This is going to be an updated warning here for Kalkaska. Kalkaska is canceled, but it continues for Otsego and Antrim. Is it Antrim or Atrim? I always call it Atrim.
Antrim. There's an N in it.
Antrim. Thank you, Jill.
I also have a little bit of a base, raggedy base with a bunch of scud. Oh, I can't even get it because it's raining. This is over Alto.
I can see it though. I can see it. Over Alto, you say?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So recapping this, guys, really quickly. Joel is in the Lowell area, looking toward Alto. He's on a cell that is outside the current severe warning, which is currently in the Kent County / Grand Rapids area. Although this storm does appear to have weakened out quite a bit, the severe continues for Kent County. 60 mile per hour winds is your main concern. No hail threat with that storm. Up here in northern lower, a warning continues for Otsego and Antrim County. Latest scan looks to have increased our velocity again over 38, heading right toward the radar site, getting upwards of 42, 46 miles per hour in there now. So that's going to be one to watch as well as that pushes toward the radar. Other areas here, just south of Traverse City, got some cells going up here between Roscommon and Luzerne. I got a cell going up there. Not severe this time. Got a few cells going by the Tri-Cities still, as well as Huron County up here in the thumb by Bad Axe. As well as a couple down here in eastern Michigan should not be a concern. We're going to take our radar back here, take a peek at that. Yeah, nothing there on the east side, just a shower here by Owasso area there. That warning in Kent continues to be the main concern, but it's about to become Otsego County as that storm heads toward the radar site. The storm here in Kent, we're just kind of waiting to see if this comes out the other side of the radar, perhaps strong. It did weaken out quite a bit, so that's good news, but the warning continues. Not seeing anything really that indicates severe still with that storm. But again, we have that MEDAR station there. which is going to measure some winds for us, perhaps. Last update was at 5:01. It said 22-mile-an-hour gust. That's the last update we have from that station. We'll see if it updates here in a few. I'm going to go ahead and kind of focus back in. We'll keep this radar here. I want to bring up my other radar behind the scenes out here, watching the storm up here crossing into Otsego County. So Antrim County would likely be canceled or trimmed to be probably out of that warning here pretty soon. Otsego County, especially Otsego Lake, Oak Grove areas by the Gaylord radar, that's going to be the main concern for some gusty winds and perhaps some large hail. Is any of the stuff in the UP by Escanaba going to be severe? Let's go ahead and check up there real quick for you. Again, there is a chance for severe across the state today, although the marginal risk extends for northern lower. The UP, nothing in the UP right now looks concerning with any of these cells. Again, not going to rule it out completely, but right now there's no imminent concern with these that I see. The tornadic threat today is very, very low. We're not concerned for that at all. We're not expecting to have that at all. They canceled the warning for Kent, so that's good news. We can now focus primarily up here on Otsego County. Still watching a few areas, especially by Alto where Joel's at. Good downbursts there showing up via radar. Doesn't appear to be severe though. But definitely could get gusty in the Alto, Clarksville, Freeport, Caledonia areas as that downburst occurs. So Kent County, again, severe warning is dropped for you guys. However, one continues for Otsego and Antrim counties, but really just going to be Antrim at this point as the storm is moving out of, Otsego as the storm is moving out of Antrim County. So it shouldn't be a too big of a concern for you guys there in Antrim. This is about to move out of the warning polygon. So we'll see if they extend a warning or update the warning. It looks like Joel's got some really cool structure there. Let's go ahead and take Joel full or split screen him at least. He is, again, near the Lowell area, looking toward Alto.
There we go. I'm just south of I-96 on Hastings Road right now. It's moving pretty quick. A little bit of a greenish hues up here too. But yeah, this is the storm that was previously severe thunderstorm warned. See how quickly it's moving forward here relative to the cell towers below it.
I want to point something out here really quickly that we're not covering very well. Huron County, we're going to go ahead and mention this right now really quickly. There's no warning or anything for Huron, but this storm up here does warrant close attention, if not for hail, for gusty winds as well. But it looks like could be a little bit of rotation up there by Bad Axe, Verona areas. At the very least, looks like a good downburst there, perhaps some hail falling. But with this, with the rotation here showing up on radar, especially with the thumb being so far away from any radar from Canada or Detroit or Gaylord, I mean, we want to keep a close eye on this just because that's a decent signature there, showing up by Bad Axe. We're going to keep an eye on that as well. New warning now issued, severe warning for Otsego, as well as extreme northern Crawford County. This is going to be flashing on your screen there. A new warning, quarter-size hail, as well as 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is going to be moving over the radar site here momentarily, so hopefully we don't lose the radar. That's going to be a big blind spot here if we lose Gaylord's radar. Let's go ahead and take back Joel here. But one more time, again, severe warning now in effect for northern Crawford, as well as most of south central Otsego counties. This is going to be Arbutus Beach, Otsego Lake, Waters along 75 here, White's Landing, Lower Club Landing, Fowler Landing as well will be the immediate impacts from this storm. Gusty winds is your main concern, large hail as a secondary concern with the storm. Looks like your hail core is over the radar at this point, so we're not going to have a good visual on that until it's out. Let's go ahead and take Joel here back on a split screen.
This is rolling into Clarksville. This is looking due south right now, so this is pretty much passing into Clarksville at this time, or it's closing in on Clarksville at least.
Looks like Consumers Energy is also still reporting right around 3,500 people out. Grand Rapids does not have any significant outages showing up. So that's really, really good news. Let's go ahead and take the radar back here. So the storm itself is directly over the radar site. So we're going to have to wait for this to come out the other side here to get a better idea of what's happening. But again, severe warning in effect here for southern Otsego County, as well as extreme northern Crawford County here as well. Gusty winds upwards of 60 miles per hour, as well as a large hail up to quarter size is your main concern. We are so close to the radar, though, we're not really getting a good view. But we do have some indication that this wind here, as it moves over the radar, is 40 to 50 or so miles per hour. We're going to have to wait for this to come out the other side to get a better view. But right now, do treat this as a severe storm about to impact Otsego Lake, right along I-75 here from Waters up to Oak Grove. New scan coming in, looks like. Kind of wait for us to fill around here. Well, would you look at that? We actually do have a visual on this via MDOT drive cam. And looks like there's actually a lowering with this storm too. Let's go ahead and pop that in here for you guys. Give me a second to pop this in. This is the storm up by the Gaylord radar in Otsego County. This is looking from Gaylord to the south on this cell via MDOT drive cam right now. Looks like a lowering back in there. I wouldn't call that concerning, but it is a pretty good visual on that storm. Rain shafts or the rain core there on the right side of your screen. There's the leading edge on the left. So again, that's Interesting to say the least. Actually, that's the wrong storm. That's facing up here toward Vanderbilt. My bad, guys. That's the camera's facing this way toward this storm up here in Vanderbilt. Does that have any nothing really interesting there in velocity? All right, that's my apologies, guys. A wrong storm. Same camera view though up there by Gaylord, but it's just facing the wrong way. Still pretty cool though to see that. All right, looks like the ASO station at Cascade in Kent County reports wind gust of 45 miles per hour. So below severe limits with that. So again, that Kent County cell has weakened and the warning was dropped out of that. So as a result, that warning has been canceled. But we got this one warning in effect here for Otsego as well as northern Crawford counties. The storm over here in Ionia County is now statemented, the one that Joel's on. It's going to be for 40-mile-per-hour winds. And the Kent County SWS has expired. So Kent County, you are no longer in any immediate concern for strong or severe storms. Ionia County, some strong storms ongoing there. Over 96 between Saranac and Clarksville up toward Ionia as well. Going back over here to Huron County, let's go ahead and check that out. This cell did have some weaker rotation on it. We wanted to mention that earlier. It does look like it still has a very, very weak rotation with it. But that does appear to be still producing perhaps some small to medium-sized hail there as well toward the Harbor Beach, Port Hope areas. So Huron County should be on alert for that. Just one warning now in effect in the state. Going to be for mainly Otsego County, but it does brush down here into very extreme northern Crawford as well. So the storm is directly over the radar. So the good news is we haven't lost the radar yet, but it's still over. So it very well still could impact this. Let's go ahead and see if we have any wind speeds on the other side of this coming out. Pretty weak at this point. Looks like 20 to 30 is what's showing up here on the ground, which just this radar location is going to be 75 feet off the ground. So doesn't look to be severe via wind at this point. Hail, though, not seeing anything on hail either. We'll see if that changes as it comes out the other side of this. But this warning in effect here for quarter-size hail, as well as 60-mile-per-hour winds, still for Otsego Lake. You guys are being impacted right now. I-75, White's Landing, Lower Club Landing, Far Landing as well, between 32 and the county line of Crawford, anywhere between there. I don't see many townships showing up here. Would be in direct line for this. Well, that's the only warning in the state currently. Okay, apologies, guys. I'm working solo today. Okay, now we're getting a little bit of a concern here coming out of the radar. I want to wait just a few minutes before we actually made the official call on that. But this area right here showing up as, yeah, right there. A little bit height and velocity there coming out of the radar. 53 right there showing up. And that's going to be 150 feet off the ground. So that's really close to the ground. So some gusty winds there about to cross 75 just south of Oak Grove near Arbutus Beach, just north of Otsego Lake. Another pocket here about 30 to 40 mile per hour winds right along the F38 Old State Road, just north of there. So very localized pockets here of perhaps some strong or severe winds. They don't appear severe, but they're really close to it. Got a cell down here in Cass County I'm watching, as well as Kalamazoo County. Does not look severe, but they are forming again. It looks like they're strengthening as well. So Cass, St. Joseph, and Kalamazoo counties definitely be on alert here. Looks we got Ben in here as well. Looks like he's chasing as well, probably in that vicinity we just mentioned as well. So I'm going to see if I can find him on Spotter Network. If you can chime in, Ben, go ahead. If you can tell us where you're at, otherwise I'll find you.
Hey, Ryan. I'm here in Vicksburg right now. This cell is dumping a lot of rain. It's a deluge out here.
Gotcha. I just found you before you shout out your location. I was like, oh, there you are. We got Ben in here, Kalamazoo County / St. Joseph County line. These cells are popping up all throughout the state today. But again, severe weather overall should not become too much of a concern. But a few cells, like we mentioned yesterday and today, this morning especially, we've been kind of keeping an eye on things. A couple stronger cells definitely possible, perhaps a severe cell or two. Yeah, I didn't realize I took my radar there, but there's your cells down there in Southwest Michigan, St. Joseph, Kalamazoo, and Cass counties. Don't look too concerning right now, but again, some gusty winds, small hail possible. If anything goes severe, we'll cover it here. So just bear with us throughout the day. The only severe cell in the state right now is up here in Otsego County. Looks like it's going to be for some gustier winds, perhaps severe winds as well. Still not seeing anything hail related. Yes, we are live for literally every severe warning and tornado warning in the state. So if you're new here, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow if you're on Facebook. It's all free to do. We are live and we're dedicated here. We have not missed a warning since the start of the year. So yes, Michael, this is live as of 5:36 p.m. here on Monday, July 8th. This is all live. Yeah, I can pan out for you, Brent. So across the state, we're going to go section by section. Here is the Gaylord area. Got some scattered showers all throughout. A couple of these may be strong to severe throughout the day. Just that one warning currently in the state for Otsego / Northern Crawford. Up here in the UP, again, same story goes on. Scattered showers are up here. Scattered storms as well. Nothing too eye-catching up there right now. Going down here to the Detroit area on the east side of Michigan. Pop that radar out. Currently mostly clear except for Huron County and a shower up there toward the Saginaw-Flint area. Over here on the west side, you got some scattered showers going up again here, Kent County. That one's blowing up here again in Kent County. Let's go ahead and check that one out real quick. Nothing there via radar just yet, but again, perhaps a stronger storm taking off there. Ionia County as well, and also down here we just mentioned in Kalamazoo, Cass, and St. Joseph, some cells popping up as well. So that is your statewide look around the state.
There's a lot of ponding of water on the roadway here in Vicksburg.
Whoa! Ooh, there you go. Speak of the devil.
See you getting kicked up on the truck in front of me right there.
Yep. I know exactly where you're at, too.
Yep. Right in the center of town here. I'll keep an eye on these storms to the south. I'll get on them if they get interesting.
Yep. All right, looks like some gustier winds here coming back out of the radar site here in Gaylord, Otsego County. Still doesn't seem to be severe though, but gusty winds nonetheless, about 40 to 50 showing up here in pockets. The brightest I get is about 49 miles per hour, just to the east of Arbutus Beach. Looks like power lines are down in Otsego County. Law enforcement reporting that as of 5:32. So that's going to be just south of Gaylord. So yeah, with these storms, looks like the report came right about here. If I drew on my map, right about here. So we are getting some damage reports out of this storm. So it's verifying the severe warning. New scan coming in here. Oh, well, check that out. That just strengthened quite a lot. Go ahead and get that zoomed in here. Pocket here of gustier winds just to the north of Emerald Lake. 55 now. We're getting really close to severe here. 50 or so, 50 to 60 miles per hour showing up. Let's get some road names here if possible. Ranger Lake Road and Bob Lake Trail Road centered over there, all the way down here toward Emerald Lake. Tracking toward Johannesburg. This will be out of Otsego County in about probably a half hour. Again, reports coming in: 9-inch diameter tree branches and 9-inch diameter branches and trees knocked down. Again, just south of Gaylord, where we just circled before by Otsego Lake. This is going to be moving up toward Heatherton, Donnelly, Bigelow as well. Moving up that way as well. I see somebody in chat here. It's Johannesburg. It's not Johannesburg or Johannesburg. In fact, I actually have pronunciation guide pulled up here. I can just use that. Let's go find this. Yes, Johannesburg. I got it right. And that's from Michigan.gov too. Yeah, so pocket here of heavier winds just to the east of Emerald Lake. Moving toward Turtle Lake Road, probably right now, honestly. Moving up toward Johannesburg, right along M32 here. Johannesburg, you got it. You got it. That's not how Michigan.gov says. It says Johannesburg. There's actually an audio for you to listen to. Either way, Johannesburg, it all means the same thing. Red Dozer with a $20 super chat says 3/4 of an inch in my rain gauge. Happened fast, running on generator. Appreciate you guys. Hate to hear you lost power there, Red, but you'll get back on pretty quickly. I see they're assigning crews pretty quickly, so hopefully you're back up by tonight, if not tomorrow morning. The good news, though, for you, Red, is after today, it's going to cool off. So if you're out for a longer period of time, it should be cool tomorrow with the rain moving in from the remnant hurricane barrel. Yeah, so Joel's working on a pronunciation guide here behind the scenes. It's a work in progress with everything going on. It's been a busy year for us here. But outside of that, there's actually a Michigan.gov pronunciation guide for almost every single county and town in Michigan here. And you can actually go there. They have a pronunciation both in spelling and verbal. It's Johannesburg. So anything other than that, it's, I guess, your guys' opinion, but it's directly from Michigan.gov. So I'll just go ahead and use that. I'm soloing here. Go ahead and take a little bit zoomed out look. There you go. So again, some heavier winds showing up here towards The White's landing up to about M32, moving in toward Johannesburg here. Next couple of minutes. Doesn't look too concerning here, but again, definitely some gustier winds. Does have a history of producing damage. Go ahead and look back here. We can barely make it out on our radar. There's a little black circle there and one about right there. Go ahead and circle these. There's one there and one there. Those are your reports of trees down and power lines down right along I-75 there. So it does have a history of producing damage in the form of winds. Looking around the state as well, Ionia County as well as Kent County still has cells going up. None of those look to be, too concerning, but perhaps some gusty winds, small hail in those. Looks like Cass County is the strongest of those right now as well, down there in southwest Michigan. Over on the east side, looks like Huron County still cranking away, perhaps some small hail up there. The only warning and only storm that really warrants any type of concern in the state as of now is Otsego County. Is anything expected to hit GR? Right now, the Grand Rapids Metro, you are safe. More reports coming in out of the Otsego Lake area of damage. Okay, new warning now. Clinton, Gratiot, and Ionia, as well as Montcalm counties. Let's go ahead and pop down there real quick. Joel. We just looked at that cell here. Again, new warning now in effect here. I don't know if you just caught that, Joel, but Ionia, Montcalm, Gratiot, and Clinton. 60-mile-per-hour winds is going to be your hazard with that. No hail expected. Let's go ahead and pop out our consumer's energy outage map for this and see things coming in from that location. Just one outage so far. We'll keep an eye on that, though. You got this for like 2 seconds?
Let me get my screen shared.
Okay. Sounds good.
Go ahead.
That storm is heading toward Carson City, Perrington, Maple Rapids area. And that's going to be in effect until 6:30. So about 45 minutes.
Computer's going really slowly right now for some reason. So radar's looping like really slow. That kind of came out of nowhere, though.
Yeah, it did. It's just like, boom, there it is.
Oh my goodness, dude. I can't use my radar right now.
You can use mine if you want to. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's animating there.
All right. So severe thunderstorm warning continues. We have a lot of damage coming in from the Oak Grove, Otsego Lake area right now, right around the Gaylord National Weather Service site. Rain's in effect until 6. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, nickel-sized hail. Source public reports 55-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-inch hail. Roof damage, siding damage, and tree damage. Chester Township, Johannesburg, around 5:45. Continuous cloud-to-ground lightning also occurring with the storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning. So that is the storm up there in Otsego Lake. We go down to the new severe thunderstorm warning here in West Michigan. Northeastern Ionia, southwestern Gratiot, northwestern Clinton, and southeastern Montcalm until 6:30. 5:45 p.m. severe thunderstorm located 7 miles south of Carson City, just north of Lyons and Muir, moving northeast at 25. Hazards for this one, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, penny-sized hail. Radar indicated locations in this orange polygon box include Carson City, Maple Rapids, Ashley, Pewamo, Perrington, Hubbardston, Pompeii, and Middleton. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. Again, this is heading off in the northeast. So Ithaca downstream of this warning, as well as Alma. You can see it's putting out also this really huge outflow boundary. Just got back. I was out there chasing the storm that was going through Ionia County, so kind of kept getting my bearings straight here.
I am back.
Sweet.
I'm going to stand up and stretch, though, but I'll be here.
Okay. We also have a bunch of storms down here in Kalamazoo, as well as Cass County and St. Joseph County, kind of rolling slowly off to the northeast as well. Nothing severe at the current time for these storms, but we are keeping an eye on them. And Ben here is, of course, chasing in the background. So if he has anything he will share with us, he will do that as such.
Do we have damage pictures from Drew coming in now that are posted on our Facebook page? I'll go ahead and get those cross-posted to X as well, but feel free to go check those out of the Wayland area. Looks like some power lines, got some trees in them, as well as corn flattened.
I tend to believe that's not how it's pronounced. I believe it's Pompeii.
Hold on. I think they'd be in here somewhere.
Because there's a song about it.
Pompeii.
No way, bro. That is ridiculous.
Pompeii. Yep.
That is nothing like what it's supposed to be sounding like. We have a new warning. We have a new warning coming in too up here in Montmorency County. That's going to bother me.
That's a little interesting that they're going to continue that warning for Montmorency. Looks like the storm overall, I mean, it's producing damage, yes, but via radar doesn't look very impressive at all. I guess regardless, though, treated as such, I mean, you got 4 damage reports there about Seagull Lake of trees and power lines down, so it has a history of producing damage for sure.
Take yours back.
So again, this is going to be a new warning here from Montmorency County. 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail, all the way down to Avery, Atlanta, up to Canada Creek Ranch along M33 here. Looks like Green Swamp's in there, Donnelly, Bigelow, Heatherton as well. This storm does have a history of producing damage. You see all these black little circles down here. That's going to indicate each damage marker. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. Wind took down power lines and or trees in that location. So it has a history of producing severe wind. However, radar right now does not indicate these are close to severe. These are likely 30 or 40 mile per hour winds. But again, the radars on this location is probably a few hundred, if not 1,000 feet off the surface. So treat it as such, as if it were a severe warning. I just tweeted the MSC thing on my personal account. I am so dumb. I am so dumb.
It's okay.
Let's try that again. Now they're on MSCX/Twitter. What's up, Caitlin?
4760 involved in that Montmorency severe thunderstorm warning. Canada Creek Ranch in Atlanta, a couple cities in that one.
And looking back down here as well, as that moves into Montmorency County here pretty soon. Another warning here back in effect for 4 counties. So we're going to look at the pulled up here real quick. Gratiot, Montcalm, Ionia, and Clinton County. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds as your only hazard. There's a good gust in there, looks like, near Hubbardston, heading up toward Carson City and Parrington.
New scan.
For velocity, yeah. Probably too late to go back and look now. Yeah. It's like as soon as you flip it, it doesn't let you go back and look at it. There it is. No update. Really just a pocket of perhaps heavier winds there. About 40 or so miles per hour on radar. Again, that's going to be up toward Newark and Ithaca, as well as North Star. Again, you guys are not in the warning up there, but you'd be the next cities in the path of this. But Parrington, Newark, Ashley, I'm not even going to pronounce that, Pompeii, Middleton, Bryce, all within that warning.
Pompeii. Jeez.
We can be mad at the .gov site.
That's, my goodness, dude.
Is anybody from that area who could tell us otherwise?
That's so annoying. That just makes me really mad. Pompeii. Pompeii just sounds way better.
It does. It's easier.
I might have to turn off satellite on my GR2. It's just running really slow right now. There we go. Satellite plus every single road in Michigan being displayed. That's gonna make my computer a little slow.
The heaviest of the winds up in Otsego County are about to cross over into the Montmorency County line in about 5 or so minutes. In fact, you probably are getting the first probably wind gust there on the county line as we speak, but the overall bulk of it should be about 5 minutes out.
Someone asked if the two cells are going to merge in Gaylord.
I don't. Oh, yeah, they will merge actually. Just north of Lewiston.
So special weather statement still in effect for Ionia as well. Until 6:15, it looks like. A lot of storms popping up in the Tri-City area now as well, north of Tri-City. So Standish, Gladwin County, Aranac, heading up towards Ogama, Roscommon, Iosco County. Not severe, but just noticing on radar right now. It's kind of this whole complex. One storm rolling down 69 in Genesee County, heading towards Flint. Also not severe at the current time. And again, we also have a couple storms down along the border right now in Cass and St. Joseph County. Not severe as well. Again, only 2 severe thunderstorm warning, technically 3, but 2 storms in a severe thunderstorm warning right now. One heading into Gratiot County and the other in Montmorency County. So totally different sides of the lower peninsula at this current time.
Another report coming in from Antrim County of wind damage. Power lines are down. That's going to be near Mansalona. And that was as of 5:18. So we got a lot of reports coming in up there from that one storm.
Do we have anybody on these storms? We did, including myself. But reception decided to take a crap. So
Is your car okay?
It just needs some work done.
Gotcha. I believe Drew is out surveying damage on US 131 area indoor, which he's right there actually. So he's out there getting some pictures of trees down, corn damage. So we'll actually have those up on the page. You guys want to take a peek at those? Those are already up and posted. But he's still feeding in stuff to us, so we'll give you guys updates as he gets more information. Go ahead and take a look back here at our other warning for Montmorency County now as that storm crosses over into the county towards Atlanta. Wait for it to load in here. I'll go ahead and take it full. My GR2 is running slow for what it's worth too, Joel.
I have mine zoomed out to the full state view right now. So
here we go. There's our cell up there, the county line there in black. Wind velocity on the right, radar on the left. Seeing a couple areas here, perhaps of some heightened velocity. Looks like 40 miles per hour is all we're getting, though, about 800 feet. So still not seeing much in the way of anything severe with that, but they went ahead and continued the warning. As the storm does have a history of producing damage.
the debate continues in the background. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on Barrel as it comes up this way later this week. A couple comments in there about that. Main threat will be for flooding. And that'll be starting Wednesday.
Got to watch that as well for perhaps some storms Wednesday afternoon if it tracks appropriately. I have not seen the latest guidance, though. I do know this morning's models have a interesting look for Wednesday afternoon, especially for eastern Michigan. Whether that's going to be the case or not, we'll wait. But
yep. So right now we have a warning in Montmorency and Gratiot County, both on different sides of the Lower Peninsula right now. Both moving very slowly off to the northeast, about 25 to 35 miles per hour, both exhibiting 60 mile per hour winds and perhaps some 1-inch hail. Those are indicated by those orange boxes you see on screen, way up here in the northern lower and right here in West Michigan. As you can see, Kent County was previously under a severe thunderstorm warning. That is no longer the case. Looks like Kent County is in the clear from pretty much any storms unless you live up heading along the M57 corridor into Greenville. We'll keep an eye on that one too because it looks like it's trying to gain a little bit more strength there. Perhaps, but we'll see. We also have a special alert statement still in effect until 6:15 here for central Ionia County, although most of Ionia County is out of this storm as well. So this is your entire Lower Peninsula state view, countywide. Get some storms down here at the border as well. A couple in St. Joseph County, Indiana, also looking to head into Berrien County in the next probably 20 minutes. So that's a new one there, Ryan. I just noticed. Heading up towards Niles.
I'm kind of curious if there's like a boundary there because they're all kind of lining up together from like Marshall down to South Bend or so.
I can check to see on Mezzo if there's like a trough or something.
There's an outflow boundary that extends all the way from about Holland Back up to where these storms are in Ithaca. That's from the previous storms. So we could see more development there in Ottawa and Kent County especially. But right now, all is clear for most of you guys in Kent, unless you're by Greenville, Grattan area. Although these storms currently in the state, both in Montmorency County and also Gratiot, they don't look overly impressive. They just don't really impress me at all. The velocity on the one that's severe in Montmorency is like 20 or 30 miles per hour, about 1,000 feet off the ground. No outages coming in from that lately as well. And neither of the one in Gratiot County either. So these storms, they're not really producing any severe wind, at least, that we're seeing.
It's not a whole lot of wind shear. There's not a whole lot of decape out there either right now.
Not at all.
A little surprising we're getting some damaging winds today.
Yeah, there was some effective bulk shear earlier. I'm not sure if there is now, but yeah, there still kind of is there.
Hook heading towards Belding looking concerning. I don't see really much of a hook. There's nothing. There's no inflow on this at all, really.
Yep. So new update from Grand Rapids. They have canceled Clinton, Ionia, and Montcalm counties, but they're going to continue Gratiot until 6:30 with that severe warning. So it's just trimmed off 3 counties. It's only now for Gratiot.
If you know anybody today, it's not aware of the pop-up storms, feel free to shoot them a message. It's possible anywhere. Although at this point, we're looking like more towards the eastern side of the state if these storms can stay together. But we are watching redevelopment back off to the west a little bit. There's actually some storms on Lake Michigan right now, but tough to tell if they're going to survive the lake. Again, as always, you can like the stream. It helps share the stream with people you may not know. So we do appreciate if you haven't done that yet.
I can't help but notice also, Joel, we're closing in on 16,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Nice.
We're gaining fast with the stream.
Yeah, only 4,000 until I dance again. Might be a while.
We'll see.
You can take your radar back, Ryan.
I'm just kind of thumbing around here. You can if you want.
Okay.
Just kind of thumbing around the state, looking around, not seeing too much anything concerning. And speaking at this one, just south of Seagull Lake, it's popped up. Winds look to be below severe with that one. As Joel mentioned a few minutes ago, Tri-Cities have some storms popping up. West Branch as well. Huron County still has a few cells up that way. And then back down here on the west side of Michigan, got some cells here along 131 from about Marshall down to the South Bend, Indiana area. These are really just kind of weak at this point, just showers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any lightning strikes on these. New SWS now for St. Joseph, though. Wait for it to pop in blue here. Or perhaps it's St. Joseph. Oh, there it is. It's down there. So St. Joseph, Indiana. Berrien County. Southern Berrien. Hold on. Hear something.
What are you hearing?
I thought it was a siren of some sort. But I take my headphones off and it's gone, so I must just be hearing things. Yeah, be a little bit perhaps a Brighton velocity over Carson City. Still looks below severe, but could be a hail core there. Check out our VIL product here. Yeah, a little bit of hail falling, perhaps. The warning does not include severe hail, though. Have not gotten any reports of large hail today, which is really good news. Overall environment today doesn't really support hail much at all. It's more of a damaging wind concern.
Mm-hmm. That core that Ryan's talking about on the severe storm in the Gratiot County area is now crossing over M57 as we speak, just to the east of downtown Carson City. So that means it's running up County Road 555, as well as Osborne, as well as County Road 549 and Bliss Road. So those 4 roads, really, those north-south roads there, that's really what's heading up towards right now. It'll be near Garfield Road here in the next probably 3 to 5 minutes, as well as Grant in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Those are east-west roads I just mentioned. And it should stay primarily to the west of Middleton and Perryton, which are 2 little tiny cities there along M57.
Lightning's also upticking on that.
We have a new special weather statement just came in for Montcalm County, right off to the left there.
The storm's on the boundary, looks like. It is on the boundary. I was looking at that too a bit ago. It does have some gustier winds on it, perhaps. So 30 to 40 mile per hour winds. I'm not sure what the statement. Did you say what it was, Joel?
I have not been able to see it yet.
Okay, it's in excess of 40.
Okay.
So Sydney, Stanton, McBride, Edmore, you guys are the main cities. M66, M91. Looks like we have a new SWS now up here in the UP for Iron County. We've got to pop in real quick. Probably going to be for this one. Yep, there it is right there. There's some heavier winds showing up over here in the UP now. Oh, yeah, check that out. That's going to be on the Iron County line, as well as, I don't have a county map up.
It's heading into Marquette County. It's also Gogabec.
Baraga.
Baraga.
So yeah, Marquette, Baraga, and Iron counties. That's going to be for winds up to 40 and half-inch hail. The bulk of the storm looks to be back here, just across 141, just on the county line of Baraga and Iron. Moving up toward the Republic, Champion, those areas. Perhaps a stronger storm down here near Felch as well. Yeah. About to cross perhaps M69 here. It's going to be in Dickinson County and Menominee County.
Someone in chat here just mentioned strong winds in Greenville, estimated 40 to 50. Also, someone's asking, what does Montmorency County look like? Just got a text under a severe warning.
Severe for Montcalm County.
Wow, that was quick. Quick bump up there.
Let's go ahead and pop down here again, Montmorency County. Now I got 3 on this ongoing here in the state. Assuming for winds here, that's the storm we just got done mentioning. We have some stronger winds there in excess of 40. With the outflow boundary there, likely driving some stronger wind gusts on the leading edge there. So Edmore, McBride, and Stanton, as well as Sydney, you guys are the main towns, M66, M46, M91, Westville as well, Langston. You guys would be the main cities and townships in the path of this storm.
So it's pretty much the same shape box as the special weather statement.
Yep. Go ahead and check the outage map. See if there's anything popping in there.
Yeah. If it makes more of a left turn, it would head more up towards the Lakeview area. Although right now it looks like current trajectory is going to be just north of Stanton there on M66. Could head into McBride's as well. But Edmore, McBride, Stanton, you guys are in that warning box nevertheless. Vestabrigg, you guys are as well. Current track looks like it might just be off to your west by maybe a mile or two. But again, We'll see how it works. Right now, it's over Sydney Road here in Montcalm County, as well as Colby Road, running right up Fitzner Road. That's the heaviest of the core. There's a couple 67 dBz in there too. VIL says there could be some hail.
Yeah, it's an impressive VIL signature.
Yep. And again, it says 0.75 inch diameter hail is currently on this storm. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for Montmorency as well till 6:30. So it's got 15 minutes on that up there in northern lower. And that's for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Should be in the Canada Creek Ranch area right now. Clear Lake State Park also impacted by that severe thunderstorm warning up there in Montmorency. So we have 3 different severe thunderstorm warnings going on right now, as well as 2 special weather statements. Well, 3, given this one's underneath the severe thunderstorm warning, but severe thunderstorm warnings take primary focus when there's a special weather statement also in effect. Storm off to the east now is becoming a little bit more grungy. Flip it over to our velocity here real quick. Honestly, nothing too impressive, but again, this is off the ground at about 3,500 feet, so we can't really see what's going on below that from the radar site. Seeing at least some pixels of 40 to 45 in here, just north of Greenville. So that would line up accurately with what the report we just got in chat here was. Sheridan, you guys are good. Getting split right around by both of these storms, as well as the M66, M57 intersection there. Latest scan shows more pinks. A little bit of a hail core in there, Ryan.
Yeah, definitely.
See that here on CC where there's these yellows and blues. That is frozen precipitation elevated up there in the storm, or perhaps falling even there. That is, I believe that's M91. Yeah, that's M91.
Yeah, looking at some road names there, it's going to be directly impacting. Call these out real quick. Colby Road, as well as Fitzner Road. Over here, we're going to have a north-south road of Barrage Road. So those are going to be the direct impacts right now as we speak. I'm going to pop out my different background here so we have some more road names to go off of real quick. There we go. Wait for it to load in here. Again, just west of Stanton here. There's Dickerson Lake Road, Stanton Road, Briggs Road, Hills Road. So we're going to have Grow Road, Nevins Road, as well as Musson Road. Those are going to be the impacts here. Bulk of this, though, is going to be over Sydney Road, as well as Turk Lake Township area. Colby Road, Lake Road, Burridge Road, Fitzner, and then Vining Road. The heaviest is going to be over Sydney and Fitzner. Now the winds, however, are going to be probably on the leading edge out here, crossing Stanton Road, probably up toward the Westville area. So Cannonsville Road, Hills Road, Briggs Road, probably getting that wind here as we speak.
No rotation. A lot of perhaps strong to severe winds, which again you should take seriously. Can cause just as much damage as a tornado. A weak one, of course.
Grand Rapids has canceled the severe warning for Montcalm. No, wait. Gratiot.
No, Gratiot.
Gratiot, you are no longer in a severe warning. Montcalm, you continue to be in a severe warning.
And the special weather statement is canceled, or expired, I should say, for Ionia.
Perfect.
McBride's, this is pretty much heading your way for sure. Definitely want to be on alert for that. I know there's a lot of trees in McBride's. I've drove through there many times. But especially if you live on the west side of McBride's, yeah, definitely want to be in an interior room away from any trees that could fall. Just in case. Stanton, this is impacting you guys here soon. But again, the core of that wind and hail appears to be off to your west. So this is going to be riding really close to the M66 corridor. There is another warning up here in Montmorency. Has been trimmed from Otsego. So Otsego, you're no longer in that warning there. It's directly over in Atlanta. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail is now the warning text on that as it heads towards the Hillman area in eastern Montmorency County. Nice storm there in Bay City.
Yeah, I'm seeing that one too. I also want to notice the new SWS now for Dickinson, Southern Marquette, as well as Menominee County, Northern Menominee. And it also includes Delta as well, so a four county panel, four county statement here. And again, that's gonna be for winds in excess of 40 and half-inch hail.
Yep. There's nothing in Genesee County right now. There's a tiny shower over Flint. Rule of thumb: if we're not calling your city, that means you're usually good.
All right, so Montmorency County warning in effect for 10 more minutes until 6:30, 60-mile-per-hour winds for you guys. Other warning in the state is going to be Montcalm County for 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's going to be in effect here until 7 o'clock. It looks like I got a pocket of heavier wind showing up now between Sydney and Stanton. 522 east of Langston, heading up toward Westfield, McBride, and Entrican.
That sounds about right. That's not really a city, but yeah.
So Stanton especially, as well as Westfield, McBride, you guys need to be inside away from windows as the storm moves your direction. And down here in Barron, can't forget you guys way down here by the Indiana line. A special weather statement. It remains in effect here for winds in excess of, I want to say 40 as well. Yes, up to 40 miles per hour as well as half-inch hail. Heading up toward Buchanan and Niles. Right here along Galleon, 31 here as well as US 12. So Dayton, Bakertown, Buchanan would be in line for this. So two severes in the state, Montcalm and Montmorency counties, yes. I did catch myself there.
Just had a super chat come in from Ed and Jen's Controlled Chaos, $9.99, saying, "Thank you as always for your information and hard work to keep us all safe." Thank you very much for that. Those kind words, Ed and Jen's. Appreciate you watching as always and for your support of our channel.
Yes, thank you.
We are happy to keep you guys safe and alert. Galen. Someone said in chat, did you say Galleon or something?
Galleon.
Yeah, Galen. Or Galean or something like that.
Let's see if the Michigan pronunciation guide has it.
Some of these town names are just
ridiculous.
Yeah.
My computer is running extremely slow.
Took my radar back here.
Yeah. I can't do anything right now. I'm frozen. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, as long as you can hear me.
Mm-hmm. So we do have perhaps a strong storm now rolling through Bay County, pretty much heading north-northeast, right up 75, as well as M13, just north of Bay City and Auburn. Again, this will continue along the bay here, kind of where I was a couple days ago on Friday. I would say strongest or main hazard with this will be strong winds. Right now, currently sub-severe. But from the Grand Rapids radar, it looks like it could be putting out at least some 30 to 40 mile per hour winds. So keep that in mind if you live in Bay County. But again, no special weather statement or warning there. We're keeping an eye on it. A couple pinks starting to pop back up here in the Ithaca and Alma area, as well as St. Louis. In terms of wind, I'm not seeing anything too eye-popping here. 35 to 40 at the most. So it's borderline special weather statement still. But again, no special weather statement currently in effect for Gratiot County. But we do, off to the west, have that severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for Montcalm County. So it rides up M66, heading towards McBride's and Edmore, soon to cross the Howard City Edmore Road, which is M46. Lakeview, this will be just off to your east. You guys should be in the clear there. However, there's a little bit of a gust front outflow boundary here that storms could fire off of as it heads up in your direction.
No outages coming out from Montcalm or Ionia counties, very scattered in nature. So those storms do appear to be on the elevated side, perhaps not seeing those translate into the ground for your wind gusts.
Someone here saying hail in Ithaca. What size hail are we looking at?
So parameters, Brooke, for special weather statements are up to 55 mile per hour winds, between 30 and 55 really, and then hail up to about nickel size. Anything larger than that would then become severe. So severe starts at 58 miles per hour winds or quarter size hail.
Trees and power lines down everywhere in the Greenville area. Interesting. That would verify the severe thunderstorm warning then.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and check that real quick. I'm actually looking at Greenville here. There's not too many outages coming in. There's one just to the west of Greenville that says 74 people out of power. Then one down here to the east that says less than 20. That's all I'm seeing for the Greenville area. Feel free to smash that like button, guys. We'd appreciate that. We've got about 500 of you guys watching with 75 likes, it says.
No tornado watches in Michigan. Tornadoes are not expected today. Widespread severe is not expected today. But we are seeing a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings kind of all across the state.
If you guys caught our forecast yesterday night and also this morning, we mentioned this 3 times actually on our page and in videos. So this is expected today. New scan coming in. See if we get anything interesting here.
Put yours back.
Still says some heightened velocity showing up between Stanton and McBride. Doesn't say severe though, but it could very well be strong. Checking on the UP as well. There's a pretty good storm going on between Foster City and Northland. Is the cell near Athens anything to be concerned about? Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. No.
Mm-hmm. We'll say down. Is that down US 12, right?
Yeah, by Berrien. I'm seeing that one too.
Yeah. If that is US 12.
Yeah, down by like Niles area.
Yeah.
But that's strengthening, but still not severe. But no, the Athens cell is nothing to worry about there, Alex. I think the lights are broken then because it has not budged off 75.
Probably.
Might be broken, so.
No problem, everybody. In Genesee County right now doesn't have anything going on. We'll let you know if that changes. Again, scattered showers and thunderstorms possible for really pretty much anyone through sunset tonight, anywhere, anytime. But not everyone will see a storm. That goes for everybody. Another big thing is that cloud to ground lightning. I was out there chasing an hour ago in Ionia County, and that was striking down in the field right next to us. So any one of these showers that are producing like reds and pinks on radar really can throw down a lightning strike anytime. We have a lot of instability out there today too, with how hot and humid it is. So a lot of fuel. Why are tornadoes rated on damage versus speed and size? So there's not really many stations anywhere that measure wind. You'd basically have to have the tornado go right next to a meter station, but some counties don't even have meter stations, for example. So
here's a good example here. All these little stations, you see the greens and reds here with like a little arrow. Excuse me. Like, for example, right here. That's your meter stations. So there's a gigantic gap here. We can't really get accurate wind speeds across the state for every single tornado.
Yeah.
So it's got to be like a solid way to rate things consistently. And if we only measure one tornado like every 10 years, that's not consistent.
Mm-hmm. And velocity is only so accurate as well because it's not right at the ground. It's 3,000, 5,000, even 7,000 feet above the ground when you're seeing it on radar.
Yep.
So.
All right. The warning for Montmorency County is canceled. The one in Montcalm continues per latest Grand Rapids update here as of now until 7 p.m. It's going to be radar indicated 60-mile-per-hour winds being shown on this cell. They just trimmed it back here a lot. So Edmore, McBride along M46 is going to be the impact for you guys. Gusty winds is your only concern, maybe severe with this storm. Also watching the Berrien County cell by Niles. That cell is also strengthening. Checking that out here on the other radar I have pulled up. We're watching that very, very closely here. It's strengthening over the past couple of scans. So we'll watch that close as well.
Storm on the lake is still surviving, heading towards Grand Haven. Still about 50 miles away, though.
That's got a long way to go.
Mm-hmm. Warning's been trimmed for Montcalm County. Now includes northeastern Montcalm. So Stanton's no longer in that warning box. This is now in McBride's. Pretty much heading over McBride's at this current time. Edmore, you're still down the road from it, as well as Vestaburg in the next 5 to 10.
Mention that as well, Joel. That gust front does extend out a little bit, so Edmore is about to get the winds there, but perhaps some gustier winds behind that front as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the gustiest is right now over Peoples Road and Kendallville Road, heading up across to County Road 540 right now. and then soon to be Diener Road. It's kind of that little quadrant there just south of M46 and to the east of M66. A warning up in Montmorency has been canceled as well. So right now we only have one severe thunderstorm warning in effect. We also have a couple special alert statements up there in the UP right now for 40-mile-per-hour winds, I believe. Right, Ryan?
Yeah. Both those are 40. It's going to be for a plethora of counties. So Marquette, let's go ahead and pull these out really quick. I'm on GR2 getting the counties. Give me a second. So Baraga, Marquette, and Iron counties is the top blue box there. I'm going to pull radar up for you guys real quick. There we go. So top box, like I just said, Baraga, Iron, and Marquette counties. And then the bottom box there is going to be Menominee, Dickinson, Southern Marquette, as well as Western Iron Delta County. Both those are going to be for winds up to 40 miles per hour, as well as half-inch hail.
A lot of people asking about Central Michigan area, Alma wind as well behind the scenes here. Wind definitely in the path of this severe thunderstorm warning. Alma, you guys are in that once was severe thunderstorm warning. It is no longer severe thunderstorm warned for you guys, but heavy rains nevertheless and some cloudy ground lightning in the Alma, St. Louis, and even Breckenridge area heading up towards Shepherd. Not to forget Elwell as well. Still waiting for a new scan here. And did you pronounce Barrega wrong again, Ryan? Because people in chat are saying it. You're muted, but
Baraga. That's what I said. Baraga.
someone says Barraga. Jeez. You guys need to really figure this out.
Yeah, you're killing us. I'm going to the Michigan.gov site. It's not even on there.
Which is wild because it's a county.
Oh, there it is. Baraga. It's like EH. Baraga. Okay. You guys are killing us.
We also are still watching the storm, as you can see, looping on your screen into Niles right now, which is currently special weather statemented for 40-mile-per-hour winds and half-inch tail. So it's a strong thunderstorm, but not severe. It's also kind of along this line here that stretches from Berrien through Cass, St. Joseph, and up towards Kalamazoo and Battle Creek counties. The storm's moving off to the north-northeast at a relatively slow clip of 20 miles per hour. It's in effect until 7 p.m. So it's got 20 more minutes, although it looks like it's starting to outrun its box, so it may be canceled early. So if you're downstream in the Berrien Springs, Eau Claire, Dowagiac, and Sister Lakes area, this is heading your way. So keep that in mind. Heading up M140. lot of these storms are moving north-northeast or northeast, Ashley. That's a funny comment. People have more pride in the name of where they live than they have concern for severe weather. A good one.
It certainly feels that way sometimes.
Again, we've lived here our entire lives, and yet these city names still are crazy.
Have you seen Wisconsin's?
No, we're not going to start with Wisconsin.
All right. Probably best we don't.
When will the hurricane hit us? It won't be a hurricane. It'll be a post-tropical depression. But winds could be in excess of 25 to 35 miles per hour sustained, given those isobars are really close together. And, of course, the main threat would be flash flooding. So we'll keep an eye on that starting fairly late Tuesday, mainly on the day Wednesday into Thursday. I don't hear Recon Cat. Is he on break? We're talking about our cats that meow all the time. Ogemaw County. Got a storm up there right now in Rose City, heading up M33. Just kind of popped up in the last couple scans there. Not severe, not strong yet. Speaking of strong, Bay County still heading up I-75. A little bit of pink on that, but again, that's from the Grand Rapids radar.
Checking out Berrien County too there, Joel. Looks like their cells still can strengthen near Niles.
Mm.
Although I don't see anything that would indicate strong or severe. But that updraft is continuing to climb. About 40,000 feet and climbing right now.
Yeah. So there is currently a lack of reports from Allegan County, mainly in the Allegan area and southwest of there, even though there is a lot of power outages. So if you guys have damage reports from central Allegan County and southwest, so pretty much if you live south of Hopkins, southwest of Hopkins, please send us your reports. We will relay them to the National Weather Service for you. So pretty much Allegan, anywhere south of Allegan along M40 there and points west, kind of that quadrant of southern Allegan County. We are looking for reports. If you have any, feel free to message us them. Location and time preferred. So I got a cluster moving into southern Isabella County right now, heading for Wind, Shepherd, and Mount Pleasant. Couple cells firing on that outflow boundary now along the M20 corridor. But that is not what is severe. What is currently severe is down here in the Edmore area, as well as Vestaburg. A couple cells kind of in a line there. This one doesn't have a statement on it over in St. Louis, but it has some pinks. Perhaps a little bit of smaller hail there. Winds. A little bit of a Boeing segment there in the northeast side of St. Louis. But again, that is 4,800 feet off the ground, showing 40 to 50 mile per hour winds. But again, for those who are just tuning in, we are looking for reports in the Allegan County area, especially if you live south and southwest of Allegan. We are missing reports from there, even though there's a lot of power outages there. So feel free to send them to us. skim surf down these roads with this amount of rain, you could definitely try. Just be careful because there's a lot of cloud to ground lightning out there right now. So you do not want to be struck. While it does sound fun, something like that could end your life. So be careful. Also, if you're trying to send us pictures in chat here, we will not be able to see them. So send them to our messenger. Or send them in another one of our posts. So the live stream, we don't see pictures on our live stream.
Mount Calm warning is now canceled, Joel.
So we are out of severe ops then?
We are out of severe ops. We only have 1, 2, 3 statements in the state.
4.
3.
2 in the UP, Montcalm County, and Berrien is what I have.
I do not have Mount Calm. That just expired.
Okay, so then 3. This is not the start of Beryl. This is just instability storms. Yeah, the strongest storm right now in the Lower Peninsula, I think, is going to be in Berrien County.
I agree.
Right north of Buchanan. Storms on the lake really aren't doing much either, but again, you can tap into that warmer air on land. You never know what could happen, so we'll keep an eye on that. But it's got a long way to go before it gets on land. We have a complex up here associated with an outflow boundary, still moving into the Mount Pleasant and Shepherd area, as well as up heading into Midland County. So this whole complex is right now over the M46 area between Lakeview and Merrill. So that area and points north, heaviest of rains and cloud to ground lightning right now. Perhaps some flooding, brief ponding of roads, and some flooding of low-lying areas is possible. I saw it firsthand when I was out here in Ionia County myself, running off into the ditches. So be cautious out there if you encounter any low-lying areas or areas that are susceptible to quick flooding. A lot of comments in here about Beryl.
There's a video on our YouTube dedicated to explain the impacts of Beryl. It's uploaded this morning. Feel free to check it out. But mainly heavy rain, and then if anything severe would happen, probably on the east side of Michigan Wednesday afternoon. But our confidence in that is quite low, so stay tuned for that. Joel, I think looking around the state, nothing looks borderline severe at this point.
Except for Berrien.
Definitely the strongest, but the winds are 25 that I see.
I'm looking at it from GR, so that's probably why.
Yeah, IWX is much more relaxed.
Gotcha.
Getting like 17, 20 in spots. That's about it.
I'm going to go check on the UP as well.
Just got done doing that. Don't really catch anything up there. Perhaps a stronger wind gust down there heading into Menominee County. But that's about it. Not seeing too much else.
Yeah, heading towards Gladstone.
That's what I'm seeing too.
Kind of the southern border of the special weather statement. Post-tropical depression, yes. I guess we'll go down to northern Indiana as well. Select.
Yeah, not really seeing too much that catches my eye.
I call it the Fort Wayne radar, even though it's 2 counties away. All right, well. Yeah, it doesn't look like much down there in the Indiana radar, like you said. Going back up to the US 127 corridor for the Mount Pleasant storm. As soon as GR2 decides to respond here.
It's not just you, Joel. It's not just you.
This is ridiculous.
Everything's slow on my end here today. Omega, GR2.
Definitely could be some gusty winds mixing in, especially southern Isabella and southwestern Midland counties. But it looks like these storms are pretty sub-severe at this current time. The storm still definitely could go severe later, especially this one in Bay County, which now is exhibiting a lot of pinks. Heading up towards Pinconning. It's no Cone, so it's Pinconning or whatever. And Standish. We learned that the hard way the other day. And then Berrien County as well as Cass.
Yeah, more storms are possible across much of the state. Pop-up storms. Again, the severe threat overall should be quite low, but it's definitely not zero, as we've seen already today. But things are on the downtrend, at least for now, but still remain possible. So we're probably going to pop out of here soon, leave the stream up and running, or perhaps take a break. I'm not really sure if we're thinking a break as in. What do you think, Joel? Should leave it running or?
We could probably leave it running, just radar only.
Okay.
You can do your MRMS or whatever.
Okay. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to pop out of here. But because we anticipate more storms to be severe or possibly severe later this evening, we're going to leave it running. If anything does happen to pop up severe, we're going to jump back on and start covering it. But right now, you guys are going to enjoy some music, and Joel and I are going to pop out and take a little bit of a break, grab some dinner, catch our breath, and go through some of your comments and messages. So with that being said, we'll see you guys if there's any other severe.
Yep. Hit that like button.
All right, guys. We are going to end this fairly soon here. So we wanted to pop on here. Let's go over everything one more time, looking at the current radar across the state. Starting with the Grand Rapids area, I see a comment from Melanie. What does the yellow box near Wayne County mean? That is our radar from the airport. It's the TDWR, we call it TDTW radar there. It's just highlighted in yellow there, whereas the other radars are green and or gray. All right, so the radar across the state, we have some showers and storms that do not look threatening at all across Berrien, Van Buren, and Cass counties. We have a shower in southern Kalamazoo County. We got a shower in Jackson County and also stretching down toward Calhoun, Branch, and Hillsdale. None of these look threatening. Detroit area, almost the entire east side of the state is in clear skies. Again, pop-up showers are still a possibility through sunset tonight. What's out there is going to be what to expect, really, between now and, we'll say, 10 o'clock. Going further north here by the Tri-Cities, this appears to be the strongest cell in the state currently, pushing in toward Aranet County out of Bay County. Looking at velocity, stuff like that, it does appear perhaps gusty, although it doesn't really strike us as perhaps severe. Up here in northern lower Gaylord's area, got some more showers here pushing off towards Alpena and Presque Isle, whichever how to pronounce it. This is going to be, again, just so gusty as possible here. Does not strike us as severe. Going further north here, there's a couple showers in the Sheboygan area, as well as Rogers City. Then also up here in the UP Marquette area, again, just some scattered showers and storms pushing through the area. Escanaba area does have a couple showers pushing over the lake right now. Nothing currently looks threatening in the state. So because of that, we are going to hop off here. And we are going to likely do a stream a little bit later on this evening, perhaps 8:30 or so, perhaps soon. We'll see. I'm not sure if you want to hop on with me, Joel, but I'm going to do a update on the remnant Hurricane Beryl, what to expect here in Michigan. So stay tuned for that. We'll be coming here very soon, perhaps just after 8 o'clock here. So with that being said, though, we appreciate you guys watching, subscribing, liking, sharing everything. However you guys want to support us, we appreciate every single one of you who do. But with that being said, severe weather does appear to be quite low. The threat for it at least appears quite low for the rest of the evening. But if anything does happen to go severe between now and whenever, of course, we'll be back on here tracking it. But for right now, the stream's been about 4 hours long. Nothing currently looks threatening. And the threat should be dying down here as we get closer and after sunset. All right. With that being said, we're going to pop out of here and expect a live stream to start up here between, we're going to say now and 8:30. Probably, what do you think, Joel? You going to hop on?
I can hop on, yeah.
Okay, let's do it. If you're cool, let's do it like 8:05, 8:10. Let's do this like right back to back if we can.
Okay, sounds good.
So, guys, expect a stream here for what to expect with Beryl between now and 8:10 or so. And we'll go ahead and go over what to expect starting tomorrow night and also Wednesday. So with that being said, you guys have a great night. If we don't see you again, be sure to hit the like button on your way out. Appreciate you guys. Stay safe.
Take care, everybody.